Hi students, now we are going to discuss about the Panchayat Raj and urban local bodies in Telangana with respect to Telangana state. Telangana was a part of the erstwhile Hyderabad state that was ruled by Nizam. You all know very well that it was ruled by Nizam earlier as a Hyderabad state from which a Telangana is carved out. The local self-governing structures were not adequately developed during the period as it had been dominated by feudal lords. See, actually the system of this local self-government and this structure was not fully formed during those times because everywhere it was like feudal lords used to have their control and power everywhere. Understand? The land tenures in the state were divided into Diwani or Khalsa lands which were directly under the jurisdiction of the government. So the government used to divide these lands under various heads like Diwani lands and Khalsa lands which were directly under the jurisdiction of the government itself. So nobody can claim anything on these lands. The non-Khalsa lands, whatever is left, see Khalsa is a part of a government and whereas non-Khalsa lands will be there. The non-Khalsa and some portions of Khalsa were owned by wealthier sections who are rich. Okay. Wealthier sections who wielded considerable power along with the local village officers known as Patels and Patwaris. Some rich people, okay, wealthy and affluent people with the help of these village officers known as Patels and Patwaris, they used to hold these lands. And there are also other sections such as Peshkas, Watan, Jagir and Inam landholders who were also influential at the village level. See, during Nizam times it was like this. Suppose somebody has offered some good service, then he used to give some land as Inam, like a gift. And Watan and Jagir are certain things, a piece of land which can be inherited by the loyal people. See, under him some loyal officers will be there. He will give some land so that their hereditary they can continue their control on that. Such lands also were there. They were held by some influential people during that time at village level. In the post-independence period, the local self-governing institutions in Telangana region were established and devolution of powers was undertaken under the Andhra Pradesh state government. See, after the independence, what happened? It was a Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so during Andhra Pradesh time, what happened? It was like local self-institutions were under Telangana region. The devolution of powers, everything was according to the state legislative assembly's laws. Whatever laws made by the state legislature of Andhra Pradesh, it was according to that. Accordingly, periodic elections were conducted with due recognition of Gram Panchayats, Mandal Praja Parishad and Zilla Parishads. So, time to time elections were conducted for all these three levels. Yeah. And the 73rd Amendment of the Indian Constitution brought out revolutionary changes in the Panchayat Raj system and 74th Amendment initiated changes in urban local self-governing bodies. See, of 1992 in the year, 73rd Amendment Act and 74th Amendment Act have made revolutionary changes in the field of Panchayat Raj and urban local government respectively. This has affected the structure, power and functions of the local self-governing institutions in India in general and Telangana in particular. Accordingly, the Andhra Pradesh Panchayat Raj Act 1994 was formulated with three-tier system. So, in 1994, Andhra Pradesh Panchayat Raj Act was formed under which we had three-tier system. And the government has also evolved a system of reservation in Gram Panchayat, Mandal Parishad and Zilla Parishad, etc. We will see what kind of reservation the components here. As for reservations in percentage here given, see for scheduled caste, their representation is like this. Village Sarpanch 19.43% and MPTCs, Mandal Parishad Territorial Constituency 19.32% and Zilla Parishad Territorial Constituency you have a 19.32% again. For scheduled tribes, their component is in village for Sarpanch 6.28% and 6.99% in MPTC and 9.15% in ZPTC. Again, for backward caste or you have village Sarpanch 34% and MPTCs that Mandal Praja Parishad Territorial Constituency members 34% and Zilla Parishad Territorial Constituency members 34%. The following members are elected under direct elections. See, I want to tell you one thing here. You have a direct elections and indirect elections in the local self-government. We'll tell you who all are directly elected, who all are indirectly elected. Okay. The following members are elected under direct election. Who are they? Members of the Zilla Parishad. That is at the district level you have a Zilla Parishad Territorial Constituency. Okay. The members of that ZPTC are directly elected by the voters. And you have a MPTC also, that is Mandal Parishad Territorial Constituency. So the members of the Mandal Parishad Territorial Constituency are also directly elected. And the members of the Gram Panchayat, that is Gram Panchayat Sarpanch will be there, okay, he is also directly elected. And Gram Panchayat Ward members also directly elected. These four people are directly elected. Whereas again we see here the vice president, also known as Upasarpanch, at the Gram Panchayat level, and president and vice president at the Mandal Parishad level, and chairman and vice chairman at the Zilla Parishad level. They all are indirectly elected. See, why is it so? Because generally if you see in a class, some members in a village panchayat, you have some members elected directly. From them what happens? All these people, elected people, will elect their head. So that means head is the indirectly elected, these members are directly elected. Okay. Like that, in the urban local self-governing institutions also, councillors of municipal corporation, members of municipality and members of Nagar Panchayats are directly elected. Whereas mayor and deputy mayor of the municipal corporation and the chairman and vice chairman of the municipalities are indirectly elected. And for conducting elections to Panchayat Raj institutions and urban local self-governing bodies, the Telangana government has established a state election commission which will take care of these elections. And this table tell you about the Panchayat Raj institutions and urban local self-government bodies in Telangana state. Like each of these districts, how many Gram Panchayats are there, how many ZPTC, that is Zilla Parishad territorial constituencies are there, how many MPTCs are there, how many municipal corporations, municipalities, Nagar Panchayatis, okay. All these numbers are mentioned. This is self-explanatory table.